Okay, so learning objective 3 is to understand or be able to define or describe the difference between positive and normative statements or economics. So, what is positive economics or a positive statement? A positive statement, one way to say this is the way things are. So that's a bit strange, right? It's starting to sound like a philosophy class, right? And so what we mean by positive statements or positive economics is something that I could show is either true or false, right? It's either right or it's wrong. I know the answer to the question or the statement that I've posed. So can be shown either true or false, right? So I could say, I am 6 feet 2 inches tall. Okay, that may be true, that may be false, but I could tell you whether or not it's true or false. That makes it a positive statement. Okay, it's a statement about facts. That is slightly different from normative economics or normative statements. So a normative statement is concerned with the way things should be. And so what distinguishes this is it's really just an opinion. So I think that Professor Fuller is too short. I don't know, right? That is an opinion. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. And so normative is based on opinion, positive is based on facts. So let's think about some examples of this. If you think about our ER dilemma and your discussions about that throughout the week, is that going to be positive or normative analysis? What do you think? So just kind of in your head, think of, all right, so I think based on those definitions, what would it be? Now, parts of your discussion may dive into positive statements, right? So a positive statement might be a 40-year-old is likely to live more years into the future than a 65-year-old. That's a positive statement, right? I can answer that based on fact. That will be true or false, right? On average, 40-year-olds have more of life left than 65-year-olds. That would be a positive statement. But the bulk of your discussion is going to be more focused on the normative analysis. I think that we should save this patient, right? There can be no right or wrong answer. You used some positive analysis or facts to make your normative decision, but you're still making a normative statement. I think we should save this person, right? It should save as opposed to a true or false type of statement. So as another example, take these two statements and tell me which one is positive and which one is normative. The state of Wisconsin should increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour because some workers do not earn enough income. Is that a positive or a normative statement? That is a normative statement, right? It tells me how I think things should be. I can't say whether or not true or false the minimum wage should be $15 an hour. That's a matter of opinion. Now, what about the second one here? If the state of Wisconsin increases the minimum wage to $15 an hour, employment will decrease. Now, that could be true, it could be false, but it's a question that I can answer as being factual or not, right? I can run some experiments. I can change the minimum wage to $15 an hour and see what happens. Will employment decrease, increase, or stay the same? So this first one is normative. The second one is a positive statement, a statement of fact. So that gives you a little idea of what is positive and what is normative. And that is the end of learning objective 3.